So I'm out, guys. I'm a red nose, dead cold. Come on, Rosie. I'm out, guys, walking the dog, and I thought I'd give people a different view instead of my bedroom. So, had some new piercings done. So I've had a second one in my nose, and I've had some extra ones done in my ear, which were quite painful, but nothing compared to that hip biopsy. I've got some new blue glasses, varifocals, which means I'm rotating this way, which means I'm getting really old. So let's get to the crux of it. I went to a haematology specialist today, and the top guy walks in. So I'm thinking, oh, here we go, top guy who doesn't normally see people. It's normally his minions. So it's not great news. It's the best of bad news that I could have expected. So basically, I have a genetic mutation that leads me to a risk of blood cancer. So I'm at, if they hadn't picked it up, I would develop leukemia eventually. So I'm not that stage at all, anywhere near it. Plaster's low risk, but he still gave me the blood cancer Macmillan booklet, which is about that big. So I think it's something called MDS. I might have talked about it before. Myoplastic something or other. Anyway, that's what I've got. Early stages, early risk, don't know. Anyway, good news is they've caught it early, and they can slow down the progression, basically. So they can give me another hip biopsy. But the top guy said he'd do it, so I wasn't so anxious about it. So he only does Wednesdays, so he's going to get me in on a Wednesday. So I'm just checking people are not following me, because I'm not sure what I'm allowed down here. I'm at Haydock Racecourse, guys. Look, Haydock Racecourse. That's where the horses run. Anyway, I'm digressing. So it's at the early stages. Or basically a very, very low risk of it progressing very much further for a very long time, which is really good news. But I'm on a time clock, if you know what I mean. Eventually it'll probably turn into leukemia, but not until I'm in my 70s or whatever. But he did make a point of saying to me that if it does progress, I've got 8 to 10 years to live, which was, considering he's told me I'm low risk and then says I've got 8 to 10 years to live, or if it progresses, my brain just heard 8 to 10 years to live, so it was quite weird. Apparently, because the genetic mutation that I have is so rare, it's actually gone to regional specialists to look at and stuff like that. It would do for me, obviously, because I'm so special myself. I obviously need the regional team to look at it. So there we are. So where do we go from here? So they said they can do monthly injections, which will obviously stem the progress. There's a bone marrow transplant. There is, what else is there? Stem cell treatment, which I think I've talked about. And eventually chemotherapy, but not for a very, 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 very long time. So what do? So I've got to start living my life, I guess, haven't I? Instead of sitting in my bed and moaning. Ooh, a bit wobbly. These are varifocals, by the way, so they're a bit odd. When you look down, it's blurred, but when you look up, you see normally. So I'm looking down at you and it looks weird. Anyway, I'm waffling. Yeah, so trying to live my life, trying to go on a big walk on Saturday. My back isn't fully brilliant, but that ain't fucking getting better anytime, so I'm just gonna have to push through that. So that's where we're at, folks. that is where we are at. But I'm not at the bad stage. I do not want people thinking I am crying into my pillow, even though normally I would do, because that's the negative Holly. I'm going to try and get out. I'm maybe going to try and book holiday February, and maybe like Cuba or Mexico. Probably looking at Cuba. Probably on my own, but that'll be fine. But so yeah, that's where we're at. So I hope you guys are taking after yourselves. Sorry if it's been a wobbly camera. I'm holding a dog lead as well. And anyway, yeah, I hope you guys are well, looking after yourself, all the usuals. And just, like I say, take care of yourselves. Laters.